Hey guys, Destiny Gundam, and today I'm going to be showing off one of my customs. This is the custom Gypsy Danger from Pacific Rim that I made. Now he's completely scratch built, and he stands about 10 inches tall. And yeah, so let's just get right into him. So Gypsy Danger here. Let me get him up in a more American stance because he's very in the movie. He's very kind of I want to say like gung ho-ish. Like he's very he looks like a football player basically, like kind of like that cowboy kind of feel. He's kind of like the lone gunslinger, but at the same time you know he works with everyone. He's pretty. It's in the movie. The Jaegers themselves are characters, and they kind of had their own attitudes and just like what they show as machines. So basically, here's Gypsy Danger. He is the main one. NECA did release a figure of him, and obviously it's more detailed, but in the articulation area, the NECA one is kind of lacking. So mine I just did for fun because I didn't want to pay for the NECA one. So this one overall probably cost me like $3. So really easy to make. Just takes some time. Time is our natural currency. So yeah, basically for colors you have this blue, white, red, orange, some black in some areas, yellow for the visor. I think the yellow is supposed to be, or yeah, some orange. I chose yellow instead of orange because I thought it'd be more like vibrant and poppy. So yeah, and then yes, he is actually blue. It doesn't show that in the movie because in the movie it's all dark and it's always raining and nighttime whenever they're fighting, so you don't actually see him as the actual blue color. So yeah, but he is blue, guys. It's just his this blue is a little bit darker than the blue that he is. It's kind of like a really dark sky blue in the movie. So yeah, and the gray is a little bit lighter. So I did mix up the color scheme a little bit. I did some accents on the inside because I just thought it'd be cool to look like the nuclear reactor is kind of driving up. There's a peg on the inside of his chest. I was planning to make an effect part where his like nuclear reactor shoots like this red blaze of Kamehameha out of his stomach, and he can burn up like kaiju's and stuff like that. So, but I didn't because I liked him alone, how he is right now. So basically, let's go over some details. So he has some gears in the side of his shoulders. He's got some like kind of boosters in his arms, some tubes, some more jointed right here, his fingers. A lot of some more detail in the back right here. He has like gears and stuff like that that rotate, and some vents. Same back here. He has that little spinal cord thing, and yeah, he's got that little nuclear drive reactor. And then his legs, actually, there's supposed to be like this piston thing inside his legs. Some yeah, right there when you bend it. So that's what I added. It's actually a straw, but yeah. So there he is. There's some details. So let's go over some articulation, guys. So first off, articulation. His head can rotate all around. It can rotate 360. You just have to move it around a lot. The ball joint is very free flowing, so you have a lot of movement. Like you can just put his head inside his chest because his chest is actually hollow. So not a lot of stuff going on there. These flaps in the back can move up and down. They're on these little lever joints from Lego, and they can also rotate. So yeah, arms can go up about that far, in about that far, rotate 360, bend at the elbow at two joints depending how you pose his elbow. If you're going straight up like this, then it would be pretty good, but you only get a 90 if you're having his forearm facing forward. So yeah. Wrist is on one of those lever joints again. His wrist goes back and forth and can pop out pretty easily. And it also rotates 360, so you can have plenty of stuff there. I did make his fingers. Those were interesting to make. Yeah. Torso can rotate 360 and go up and down. Nice ab crunch. So yeah. Legs can go out about that far, in about that far. So he has a lot of in motion more than his out motion, but that's because of the design of the Jaeger itself. Knee can bend at 2 points, so he has a good kind of a little bit more than a little bit less than 180, a little bit more than 90. So yeah. And then the foot is on a ball joint, so you can just rotate like crazy, which is it's a very free ball joint, so there's nothing really obstructing it. So yeah, there's Gypsy. Wait, hold up. This hand keeps on popping off. This would also be a good time to show you guys the accessories. Gypsy Danger doesn't really have much accessories in terms of weapons because overall he has a total of about 3 weapons. His pulse cannon, which is his hand, it kind of transforms into like a pulse cannon, like my hand right now. He has his dual swords and of course his nuclear reactor. Also he has his thruster hands because like he has thrusters all over him. It's kind of like Mazinger kind, except his arms don't fly off. They kind of punch really hard. So yeah. So for the swords, there's no real solid connection point, but the interesting thing is it's friction. So these plastic parts just kind of bend in the inside, and then you can just go ahead and do that. So so what happens is the hand is made out of plastic, or the arm is made out of plastic, so it keeps the sword in place. It's kind of like keeps it in place, and then you take the hand and that kind of makes it so the sword does not fall out. So if I could just peg it back in, there we go, and then you can just adjust the sword however. Now the NECA version does not come with any accessories, keep that in mind. My version, yeah, I wanted to have the swords because this version is actually based off of the movie poster that was exclusive if you watch the movie in like Edwards theaters, I think. Yeah. I do have the poster. It is all the way up there, and I drew some versions of the other Jaegers that I might be doing later, guys. So I just wanted to throw down a basic first. So yeah. Now the blades are pretty long. They're longer because I wanted them to look more anime-ish. So yeah, and then he can go all choppy on you. So you can definitely pull off some pretty cool poses with this guy. Yeah, because he's pretty cool, and he is a Jaeger. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this showing of the custom, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I had fun making it. Stay tuned for more, and see ya.